Well, glad we're back on the platform, finally. Glad we're back on YouTube, and I'm glad that you all are tuning in, and I'm glad that our channel is not dead.
It's been a long week. We've actually done a lot.
You are not kidding, Jake. So, throughout the week, we kept recording videos as normal in anticipation that eventually they would come back and realize, oh, yeah, there's been a mistake. Yeah, we're going to take this strike off your account. No, apparently not. Apparently they waited the full week, and then after the full week was up, they then rejected our appeal outright and did not give any rationale as to why. Here's the thing. If you, in any legal precedence, you must provide rationale for your actions on something.
Saw that at the Rena Center.
It does seem at this point that if this is how they're going to behave, their ability to buy any other company that tries to do a new YouTube or whatever, how, because companies have tried doing that, setting up a new
and then Google buys them outright,
sweeps them in, and shuts them down.
They buy out. For one thing, this is a scummy thing that certain companies do, and it makes me mad. They go in and they buy out the back taxes that are owed by the said company, and thus they then raise up the price exponentially. It's pretty much like an old extortion racket. And that's how they operate. That's how they do it. And
that they need to not be able to fucking do that shit anymore.
No, they don't.
Because
backdoor buyouts like that are the reason why you have companies as big as they are, and the reason why these the old antitrust laws that busted up Microsoft back in the day. The reason why they don't exist anymore is because Google, Apple, and all these companies are effectively spying on the people. That's it. And the government allows them to get away with it as long as they provide intel on the populace.
I follow all kinds of different channels and stuff, a lot of educational stuff, but a lot of other just entertainment things, just across a wide spectrum, and everybody has some problem or another with YouTube. Either it's monetization issue or
as much as I love YouTube, they kind of suck sometimes when it comes to their creators. They're always, I don't know. The biggest thing I don't like about it is not fucking TV. It's the goddamn internet. It should be able to fucking put whatever the hell we want on there. Well,
anything within reason, because we talked earlier about how Vimeo acts more as a utility. You're not allowed to put a snuff film up on there. You just like killing somebody or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, within reason, but this is ridiculous, man. You're showing fucking memes and shit like it. It's not meme.
Okay, here's the thing. Currently we have there's two that we have on our account. There's two, but we only have one that's recognized as a strike. The original one was a warning for a how-to basic video, for a reaction to a how-to basic video, which is still up, by the way. The original how-to basic video is still up. But yet, for some reason, our commentary video, our reaction video to it, that was over the line, and YouTube had to just get rid of it, just like that. Even though our video that we did, it had over 100,000 views. And the one How To Basic has up right now has over 12 million views. So I guess maybe that takes precedence. The more views you have, the less likely you are to get just completely shit on by the community guidelines thing that's on YouTube. As a matter of fact, they might cut off this live stream if we talk about it too much.
But hey, at least now you're getting a whole fuck ton of Bloomberg ads.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, dude!
I should make
all over the place.
About what I've been thinking about doing.
Sure, go ahead, Nick.
All right. So, to everyone watching the podcast, we're probably going to make an announcement about this on Discord. I'm probably going to put together a task force, so to speak, of anyone who is willing to be assigned a part of the history of our channel and help us go through it to try to find anything that could potentially cause this bullshit to happen again.
Well,
so that we can go ahead and take it down and nip it in the bud.
And here's the thing. I talked to my mom about this. My mom was very concerned when I told her about what happened, and she told me that she said, "Well, just don't upload anything more with that." And I'm like, "Mom, you don't understand. These videos that we got flagged for have been out. Like the How To Basic one was one of the first videos we ever did. Like, this is 5 years ago we're talking about. And then the other one, the Try Not to Laugh Challenge, number 10, that's 3 years ago. And she's like, oh my God. I know. There's so many videos out there that could violate community guidelines, apparently. And apparently, YouTube's just going to shit on us for that. Here's the thing. I'm willing to do... Here's a compromise for you, YouTube. Here's a compromise. If you're watching right now, I know you're not. You have your algorithms tuning in just to keep tabs on us in some sort of way. Here's my compromise. How about you message us beforehand? You message us beforehand and say, hey, this video potentially violates YouTube's guidelines. Either delete the video,
give you the opportunity to take it down.
Yeah, exactly. I'm willing to take stuff down if you reach out to us. It's that easy. You're just like, hey, this video potentially violates community guidelines. We want you to please remove it, please. If you do that, I'm willing to listen. But instead, no. Instead, you're just like, oh no, you got a community strike now. Now you're not allowed to post videos for a week.
Or they could take it down for you since they have the power to fucking strike your channel. It's like,
if it happens again, it's going to be 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's the other scariest thing about this. If this happens again, guys, that's a week. That's 2 weeks. We're not allowed. That's another week on top of what we have.
Half a month worth of income.
Yeah, gone.
Not okay.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I know YouTube says they're doing this, to like uphold the standards of a community. No, you are in this to make money. YouTube, I know you're watching right now. You are in this game to make money. How can we make you money if we aren't allowed to post videos?
Well, and what this is kind of like is, it's like you're being given unpaid leave, right? Like they basically,
pretty much.
They haven't told you why. Like you're basically, you don't come to work for the next 2 weeks.
That's the thing.
No.
Usually, when an employer or in this case, your publisher tells you, hey, you're going to be on unpaid leave for a week. Okay, why? I'm sorry, we're not allowed to discuss that.
Yeah, I don't have an answer. I just felt like it.
My ass. Give me a break. Give me a reason. If you give me a logical reason, I'm willing to listen to you. But no.
I mean, because if a business, like any kind of normal business, did that shit, and like they didn't explain why, to the employee, the employee could easily go to either their human resources or to litigation for that shit. I mean, this is bordering on
when that's your
criminal
livelihood,
behavior.
It does make a big difference.
It really is bordering on criminal behavior.
Hey, Logan, trust me. I understand in general, February, like the beginning months on YouTube, like for us here are rough because earnings go from like up here to pretty much cut in half by the time the new year rolls around. And it's rough. It's rough for the first few months of the year. And it doesn't really start to come back until tax season starts fully. Which, it's just it's okay if anyone can't donate. It's just that up there. That's the donation goal that's above Jake's head. That's something that I thought I'd saved up enough for, but unfortunately, unforeseen expenses came up, and I had to I had to turn in a lot of stuff that I actually got that I was going to use to enhance the channel and make different stuff. For instance, I got a new graphics card to upgrade to my machine upstairs, so it would make editing easier and would make processing easier. But and what I was going to do with that, I was going to substitute my graphics card into Prometheus, and I was going to give the one that was in Prometheus to Jake, so that Jake could make it, editing for him and processing for him a lot easier. But unfortunately, I had to turn it back in. The other thing I had to turn back in was the 360 camera that I got. I had a 360 camera that I used to record, that I was going to use to record concerts for Nick and for Chad, so that they could make music videos and stuff out of it like that. But unfortunately, again, I had to turn that stuff back in, and it's just been a nightmare over the last.
Sometimes.
And I was hoping to be able to get this stuff because I budgeted it out, but then all of a sudden, boom, just all these things popped up, and I just couldn't.
I couldn't have a choice, man.
There's times you don't have a choice but to sell your stuff, or just get a return as much as you can, and it's just been one thing after another, guys. But
taking steps into the future, we've been working on some more short film project stuff coming up, and I say work on it. It's more than just writing and coming up with the idea. There's actually a ton of stuff that goes on that we do constantly in pre-production for different things. And
the biggest thing we're doing right now is set building. If you've tuned into our community tab on our YouTube channel, you'll have seen a pair of updates on there detailing this set building that's been going on at Micah's workshop, and also we released the pictures on Twitter earlier today too. So that's something that we've. It's been a short film. It's a short film idea that came from Nick's head. Something he wanted to do, and he told me the concept of it, and I came up with a script idea, and we did a read through of it. All of us liked it, and we just decided, hey, let's do this. And when it comes to casting, we've got most of our casting down. We've got our locations down pretty much.
Storyboard's done, script is done.
Yeah, and
shot list is done.
And pretty much all we need now is we just need the time
build
to
the set and light it and shoot it.
And that's pretty much it. Yeah. And we're working on that.
We pretty much got the crew call already done. It's already pretty much fulfilled. We just waiting on setting the dates, and so we should be ready in probably a couple weeks.
Yeah,
should be ready to shoot within a couple weeks, and then we'll have our production meetings. And
how many crew and cast you
got? Currently, right now,
only like
the cast. The main actor is going to be a friend of ours, Marcus Cunningham, aka Mook. He was one of the rappers who came up here for in the studio a while back. Yeah. And then I'm gonna be playing a part in it. Gonna be playing one of the other actors, I guess.
The other
you
one's
could say.
Kind of up in the air.
Yeah, the other one we're not 100% sure on, but I've got some ideas that we
by the time we have the set built and ready to shoot, we'll have them. We'll have them locked in, and then we just gotta set our production date and rehearse it.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Rehearse and then shoot.
Do what?
What else you got in the news?
Oh, well, in terms of news, just
can't tell you what the short film is yet.
We can't 100% indulge that.
Top secret.
We will be revealing official. The name of it and probably a synopsis here soon enough. But that's after we get the set built and we're into production.
I'll just say it'll keep you guessing.
But as for other news, outside of us doing that. We've also discussed the potential of re-uploading stuff on our old Renegade Faction channel, which is our old second channel, which used to be our main hub of uploading our playthroughs and everything. Back when we did Fallout 4 a long time ago, I did the entire Mass Effect playthrough, 1 through 3 on there.
So you're looking at doing more, just specifically gameplay stuff?
Potentially, but also wanting to do more with... I'm also wanting to do more with trying to edit the videos to be funnier. Because we have an editor with us right now who's been working on The Witcher and who's also been working on the Rick and Morty that you've been seeing, and also he's been working on the Star Wars films that we've been reacting to here recently. Wild Wolf, in which if you're watching Wolf, once again, greatly appreciate all the work you've done, man. Cannot state that enough. For that, we've also, I want to do more editing on the videos to make them the funnier moments and stuff like that. Sort of how Wildcat and Nogla and Terrorizer and pretty much the entire Banana Bus crew, how they do their videos. I'd like to try and do stuff like that, 10 minutes long, 10-minute highlight videos, trying to be funny and everything.
Logan said, AVGN style reviews, ? I wish I had the facility, the time, the patience, and the just mastery to do reviews as good as James from AVGN, because God, he puts in so much effort into that. I mean,
when you see his passion for it, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, because he is if you ever want to just see how much he works, look in. He has an episode called Behind the Scenes of basically AVGN, of an AVGN episode, and holy crap, man! I'll see how that man sleeps. Like, there's no way.
Nah,
check it
no
out.
way in hell. But in terms of other news going on, the Konami may potentially be trying to make a comeback in video gaming. If that was the case, why'd you fire Kojima, you dumbasses? Why?
What else? I mean, obviously, Metal Gear, and they also did Silent Hills.
Yeah, they did. They killed Silent Hills.
Not Silent Hills. I mean, like the Silent Hill franchise.
Yeah, they did the Silent Hill franchise. They had a lot. They had a lot of like really good like gaming properties under them. But over time, they've either sold them off or they've just stopped caring altogether. And now this new board got in there. As soon as they got in there, they were just like, we aren't doing video gaming anymore. And the only reason why that they stopped doing video gaming is because
well, their reputation is complete shit.
Well, of course it's shit. I mean, you fire probably one of the greatest video game creators of all time, and then you ruin his franchise with an abomination of a game.
Of literally a game that they basically just redextured. I mean,
Yes, that's it.
The same.
That's
Which
it.
game are you talking about?
Metal Gear Survive.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah, they ruined it.
I forgot because I ain't played that one.
Oh, be thankful. Be thankful.
Yeah, it was literally just Metal Gear Solid 5. With
Yeah, I thought you were
zombies.
talking about a different game. I was like, wait a minute, what? Oh.
Yeah, absolute stupidity. And also,
But PT, though, god damn, like, that was such a great demo. That's probably the best demo I played that year.
it's hands that. Well, dude, PT changed the horror industry, the horror game industry, forever. Because you look at Resident Evil 7, the path that they took. You look at Visage, Nick's probably new favorite horror game. You look at how they've revamped first-person horror as a whole, and it's just like, holy shit. They, like this, like you see the inspiration that PT caused, and it's
Dude,
nothing short of
if PT was to actually come out full game, I would probably play nothing but that for fucking like a month.
Well, you see, that's what Silent
that game
Hills
was so epic.
That's what Silent Hills was supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean, it was a complete mind fuck too. Like the
It
whole
was.
day, just oh my god, it's so good.
And I still got my PlayStation 4 that still has it on there, and I'm not getting rid of it.
Hell no, don't.
I am never getting rid of that machine.
Do they make any money off? I mean, I'm assuming because
It's free.
Right?
It was a free demo. No, but you see, that's how viral marketing works. Viral marketing works how in that way to where it will hype up the release of the game, and people will keep playing that game and keep finding new stuff in it, especially if they keep releasing like updates for it. Because imagine they did another update to PT and it added something new to the end of it, like just even one little thing. People would play the game again for another full week just to understand and just to get it, and it's amazing.
So what's one
Layers
game
of
that
fear,
you
too.
wish that will never come out, but you wish it'll come out? Like one game. Mine's Mega Man X9. So I'm waiting for an X9.
There is hope for you though, because the Mega Man franchise is back.
Yeah, this is Slither.
A proper Dead Space 3.
There you go. Proper Dead Space. So a Dead Space 4, pretty much.
No, Dead Space. No, just go
wishing.
back.
Well,
If I were them, I'd go back and redo Dead Space 3.
It's been so long that I'm honestly because I remember 1 and 2 like the plot perfectly.
Oh yeah.
3,
Beautiful.
I'm kind of blanking on a lot of it. Like it just
Darren, aren't they
it
making an
wasn't
Anthem
memorable.
2? Darren Root said Anthem 2.
Oh God, yeah.
So so no, I heard about this from
Not officially, but
Young, I think. He's like they're talking about like basically they're just gonna revamp everything. Like they're gonna go through and like
I heard about
do
that.
an entire overhaul or something. Is that what it is?
Pretty much. They've talked about it. They've talked about doing an entire overhaul of the entire game to where it will make the game more playable, more accessible, blah 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 blah. Here's what's happening. Activision has officially EA, I get the two confused so much.
Yeah, because they're fucking one and the same.
So EA has officially shit the bed, big time, with it.
Officially shit the bed.
No, yeah, because here's the thing: it's been squirting out for a little while. You know, it's just been like little Hershey drips
Thank you
every
for
now
that
and again.
image.
But now this is like full bed shitting. I'm talking like replace the sheets, replace the mattress, cut the floor out from underneath it because it's even leaked through the box of springs and melted through into the friggin' floorboards. That is how bad they have shit the bed so far.
You're welcome for that image.
Yeah, with Anthem, with Star Wars Battlefront, and with the Battlefront series. And here's the thing. They may potentially be on the horizon for a revitalization, but that is only if they keep following the example that was set by Jedi Fallen Order. That you don't have to keep depending on pay-to-win services to make good video games.
I agree, Harley.
Instead, you have to craft something that people will love. For instance, how they've revamped Battlefront 2 is nothing short of amazing. I mean, because Battlefront 2 went from a mediocre shitfest to honestly a pretty damn good game. My friend Chad, he plays
Star Wars Battlefront?
Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront 2. They've completely revamped the game and have made it into something good. Now, if they do that with Anthem 2, then I'll be more apt to play it. However,
I haven't touched Battlefront in like a year now.
Okay, well, actually, if you play it now, you'll see the difference. The different, all the game modes that they've added, all the updates that they've done. Pretty much, they've implemented the game to the point of where it's.
Did they make a better story?
The single player story is still pretty shit.
Yeah.
But there's almost no saving it at this point. But the multiplayer aspect, they pretty much revamped from the ground up, and the devs at DICE have been working around the clock to make that so. And it's revitalized the game, and a lot more people are playing it now. Hell, I'm more than likely going to give it a chance. But the thing is, the whole thing started the very moment Stig Asmussen and his team at Respawn pretty much told EA...
fuck yourself.
Yeah. And that's what EA's doing right there. EA's like, money!
Hey, EA, thank you for your tens of millions of dollars. Now, kindly fuck off and let us make a game.
Here's the thing. When they signed the contract, when they signed the contract with EA as the publisher, they said, okay, we will allow you'll publish the game, but we want full creative control over how this game is done. And they're like, and EA's like, okay, tell you what, you got 2 years to make it. Good luck. And to which Stig Asmussen's just like, challenge accepted, bitch. And look what he did. Now, the game's not perfect. It still had, at release, it still had a fair amount of bugs in it that were game-breaking, but as the game has been updated, I'd say now it's the best single-player Star Wars experience I've had since KOTOR, bar none. I mean,
still need to play it.
Oh, it's worth it, dude. It is so good. The story, I love the characters in it. I never thought I'd like the characters, but Cal Kestis and Ciri they're great characters.
I mean, I watched a playthrough on YouTube of it just because, like I said, I got burned with Battlefront 2, and so I was like, I'm gonna have to wait before I do another Star Wars game. So.
And then of course the sister as well, the Night sister. She's also a really good character.
I think Marin, right?
Yes, yeah, and and also the Inquisitors. The Inquisitors are intimidating as hell, and I also love the combat. The combat surprised me with how varied it is, with how whenever you come across something, it's like okay, how can I go about the situation? I got 3 soldiers with blasters on the horizon. I got 2 assault troopers up front. Okay, so I need to concentrate on deflecting the shots because it'll take a little bit for the assault troopers to get to me. Okay, deflect, kill. Okay, now I can handle the assault troopers. Now go up, force push one of them back, go for the other one, disable him, and then knock him out of the fight, and then go over to the other one and disable him, knock him out of the fight. And there's so many varying amounts of troopers that you honestly are just like you'll run into some tough fights against the high-end commanders and stuff like that. Oh my gosh.
So Billy asks, when will EA have the James Bond games back?
My guess is probably never, because the thing with the Bond games, the last Bond game I can really remember is the GoldenEye remake that they did with Daniel Craig.
I I mean, it was kind of more in that era too of like Duke Nukem and Doom and stuff, where it's very actiony and stuff, and
the remakes of Doom.
Yeah.
No,
Doom
well,
64.
Doom, well, what I'm talking about is like the new GoldenEye remake.
Oh, it's a new one. Oh.
Yeah, it came out.
There's been a lot of James Bond games that were actually really good first-person shooters. A lot of them were. And,
well,
but they kind of just
I'm just
I
familiar
remember
with like,
Agent Under Fire. I
but
remember
they haven't
Nightfire.
really pushed the envelope with it since GoldenEye.
The last one, no. I will say this: the last one they pushed the envelope with was Everything or Nothing, because it had Pierce Brosnan coming back as Bond. It had full voice act. Like, that's the thing. That's probably the one Bond video game everybody forgets about. But it had awesome gadgets. It had the chase scene on Lake Pontchartrain Bridge is still to me like one of my favorite mobile missions ever. Because you get on this bike, it's got missiles that you shoot up front, it's got machine guns, and it has a boost on the back for you to go over jumps and everything. I mean, the game has so much good going for it because it's got Pierce Brosnan, it's got Heidi Klum, it's got Shannon Elizabeth, and the villain in the freaking game is voiced and acted by Willem friggin' Dafoe. Are you kidding me? Give me this. I played it, and it was actually really good. It felt more like a Bond movie than it did a game.
Yeah, honestly, I've never kept up with the only one I've ever really heard of, I think, is just GoldenEye.
Well, that's the one everyone always goes with.
I mean, that was, I think, at the pinnacle for shooters, for consoles. It's probably the first major success. Really success at all for shooters on consoles.
Go back and try and play it now. It's a nightmare because you're aiming with one stick.
Yeah, before Halo,
that was top of the line.
That was top of the line. Yeah, I mean, Halo kind of rechanged it with the dual joystick, which is king, and it's used on every console shooter now has the twin sticks now.
Watermarks, like the watermarks that you see from video gaming. I mean, everyone talks about the first video games out there. You remember like Pong and stuff like that, and then after that you had platformers with Donkey Kong, which was a platformer puzzle game, and then you had the 2D, the full 2D ones with Nintendo was a huge proponent in home console gaming. Like, I know everyone had the Atari and everyone had like the ColecoVision and all that. But
for video games, they had the first D-pad too.
Yeah,
they could have patented that. They didn't.
Yeah, actually, it was what's his name? Gunpei Yokoi, who came up with that. He was an engineer at Nintendo, and he just didn't want to use the patent on it because he wanted it easier access for everyone out there. Yeah. And that's actually one big reason why Nintendo, like the Nintendo higher ups, didn't like him. And after the failure of the Virtual Boy, he got fired. Which, truth be told, he
got shunned for a while first.
Well, if you know the history of Gunpei Yokoi, you know that it's actually a very tragic history with him because after he left Nintendo, he did a few things with his own company. He formed his own company, and it was fairly successful.
He had a handheld, the Wonder Boy, the Wonder Swan.
Yeah,
Swan, and there's actually full-fledged Mega Man games on there. There's a bunch of good games made for it.
It's really cool stuff.
But he was tragically killed in a car accident.
Yeah, he was on a road trip with a friend up to northern Japan to visit like family and friends, and he got out of the car on the driver's side, and when he got out, he got hit by a passing car, and that was it.
Yeah. I don't think, did he actually get fired? I thought he got shunned for a while, and
he
then
left
he
the
left
company.
On his own, yeah.
You see, his last thing that he did before he left was he helped.
Boy.
Well, no, not the Virtual Boy. The Virtual Boy was like the first, the last big failure of his.
Yeah.
It was like his first and last big failure. But what he worked on after that was the Game Boy Pocket. That was like his goodbye gift to Nintendo. And he also helped them develop the Game Boy Color. And he actually talked to the company about coming back after. And he talked about a concept of a touchpad that would console for Nintendo, but he died before he could come back. And the touchpad handheld console, I think we all know what that eventually became, the DS. And it's just...
Well, he really taught, if anything, he taught that company to be really innovative in the way they thought about, machines. Even though the Virtual Boy was a failure, it was also a stepping stone to see, Hey, just because it's innovative doesn't mean it's going to work. You have to really think things through.
Every release is a play test for your next project, and that's a very Japanese thing too.
Yeah, I was trying to invent VR in the '80s. I mean, come on, it's like it's really, really difficult.
Well, and here's one awesome thing about Japanese companies have that mentality, and it really sticks with it. I mean, you look at, like, for instance, the original failure of the PlayStation, whenever Nintendo pretty much broke the contract with Sony after Sony spent all this time developing this gaming console peripheral to go with the Super Nintendo, all of a sudden they were left with nothing. But Revenge has a funny way of working itself out, because Sony was just like, Ken Kutaragi was pretty much just like, you know what? We're going to spit in Nintendo's face with this thing. And look what happened. Sony PlayStation. The highest selling console at the time.
Matthias, I think I'm saying your name right. I apologize if I'm not. Says, Nate, what would you say if Disney let Final Fantasy team make a Marvel game? Who owns Final Fantasy now? Is it still Square Enix?
Oh, Square.
Square Enix.
They are making a Marvel game. They're making the Avengers.
So I don't have anything against it. I mean, Square's kind of one of those games. They might put out something great, or they might put out something mediocre.
I love, the Just Cause series.
They're doing an Avengers game.
Yeah,
and it looks pretty good. It's just a lot of people are complaining. It's just like, that doesn't look like Chris Evans, and that doesn't look like Tony Stark. There's a thing called licensing, and people own their likenesses. And if they don't want to license them out, you can't use them. I'm sorry.
I have a 3D model, like that store where I do all my character art of.
Yeah.
I have one of Norman Reedus. And I'm like, I want to use him, but I feel like
legally can't. You legally can't.
Neversoft probably did my favorite Marvel games, to be honest. I think the first Spider-Man from...
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Spider-Man 1 and 2, and the third one came out.
That Carnage chase, where Carnage is chasing you through the vents, like,
God,
run, go, swing,
so many times, man. I probably tore the fabric on my damn sofa. My ass
it's nail biting the whole time. You're gripping the controller so tight. You're like, go, turn, swing, go. Okay. No, God.
I don't know, there's something about the magic of retro games to me, though. I mean, I'm calling Sony retro because it's been that many years now. I think Spyro is, I would still consider that a retro game.
You gotta think, in terms of the dominant ones out there, who's the newest kid on the block?
Sony.
No.
Xbox.
Yeah. The biggest kids on the block.
I was thinking of retro.
No, in terms of like the newest kids on the block, I mean, the newest kid on the block is still Microsoft.
The PlayStation came out like 8 years before that.
The PlayStation came out in '94 in Japan, and the
Xbox came out like right as the PlayStation 2 was rolling out. Right?
Yeah, takes over to the new millennium.
Right as PS2 was rolling out.
Oh no, PS2 was the year before. You see, it was actually very weird for Xbox and Nintendo because. It was November 16th when the Xbox dropped, and the GameCube came out November 18th.
They also took Bungie from Apple too.
That's right.
So, Bungie was working.
I remember that. I remember seeing the videos of like them testing out like the original.
And it's all on
thing
Apple. It was Apple only.
Halo on Apple.
I was like, who the fuck plays games on Apple?
And then all of a sudden, Microsoft is just like, oh hey there,
we got a game. But we want to design it for PC, and then we're going to convert it to the Xbox on its system requirements. That way we can shit it out for $400. And it worked. It worked great. The first Halo, in my opinion, is still a masterpiece of.
You want to know you want to know an interesting thing about the original Xbox? They cost more to make than what they sold them for. They actually lost money every time they sold one. And the reason why is because they wanted to get enough of a foothold in the gaming market so that they could release their updated one, which had better graphics, better processor, and also a better just cheaper on every front.
It's a long-term planning thing because Microsoft was already $1 billion company by the time they
multi-billion. They were the first company worth over $100 billion.
Yeah. So really, they took a big loss, a small loss that ended up in a huge return later on.
Could you imagine Google trying to do that shit?
Oh, they've tried. Google Stadia.
What if Google came out with a
Google
console?
Stadia is going free to play now, and Nvidia Shield is just like, bitch, like, nah, we're going free to play.
You're going free to play. Fuck it, we can do what we want to.
That's like that sounds like Xbox, like Stadia is the new kid at school, and the Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo, whatever, they all just started beating the shit out of them, and then they got tired. And Stadia was like, I'm going home, kind of thing, and like tries to run away, and then there's fucking Nvidia to like, nope.
No, well, yeah. Effectively, it'd be like that one anime
My turn.
of that girl. Oh, gosh.
Have you actually played an NVIDIA Shield? I've not played one.
Yes, I have.
Have you?
It actually works very well. It runs Doom 2016 1080p at 60 FPS.
Well, if it's made by NVIDIA, I'd hope that it was pushing some badass chipsets.
The interesting thing is the chipset that is in the NVIDIA Shield is the same one that's in the Nintendo Switch.
Nice.
It's just the Nintendo Switch has to crank it back. Has to crank back the graphics in it because it'll overheat the fuselage it's in. Because where it's really thin like that, whereas the NVIDIA Shield is like this and has enough breathing room for ventilation and everything.
Push it more.
Yeah, it can push it to its full potential.
I'm very content with the graphics of the Switch.
I am too.
Damn, like.
I mean, there's we're effectively reaching. You actually said like physics limits, like forget what that's called.
You talking about Moore's law?
Yeah, Moore's law, where effectively we reach a tipping point of certain technologies where we can proceed no further.
Right.
And I think effectively that's the point we're getting to, because they keep talking about 4K and 8K and potentially 12K. Here's the thing: eventually we're going to get to that point where you are not going to be able to do anything practical unless you take like a huge technological leap forward with something new. For instance,
quantum computing.
Yeah, there's a big difference between resolution and picture quality, image quality. Because if you can have a texture, I can take anything and make it fucking 12, 16K, whatever you type into my computer.
But the image quality, how many pixels are really in there?
Of the image, a lot of it, it's like in movies. It doesn't matter if you're filming in fucking 1080p or if you're filming in fucking 12K Panavision. Your lighting, your subject, how sharp that image is relies on the sensor, the lens, the colors, and how you light it and how artistic you make it. And really, the sky's the limit. I mean, there is no limit to how good you can make a shot. It's all in your creative art form. But it all comes down to the artistic style of it and the creativity that's put in it. I mean, the resolution wars is kind of stupid. It always kind of
It is kind of very stupid.
But I do like, as far as like the Moore's law thing, I could see the generation of consoles that comes after the next one that's coming up. It'll be like the Xbox Quantum, where you can play games and not play games and everything in between.
Well,
at the same time.
If anything, I can appreciate what they're doing with the Xbox Series X. I don't approve of like how it looks 100%. I mean, don't get me wrong, the obelisk looks pretty cool, but
they're getting close. All they just need to get it a little bit more cube, like the fucking
GameCube almost.
Yeah.
But my
and
thing
then
with
it's a box.
Well, my thing with it is like if they would just like take it out a little bit more and put a little handle at the top. Could you imagine like kids taking their Xbox Series X over to their friend's house to like do LAN parties and all that?
Yeah, but I could see somebody taking that scene in Witcher where the dude he pulls out the fucking bag of coins.
Oh, that's right.
Doing that with an Xbox with a handle on it. Using it as a bludgeon.
Well, honestly, the Xbox Series X. I mean, everything that they say about it, everything that they're talking about it in terms of what it's capable of, is really cool. The fact that it's going to be fully backwards compatible with everything that you put in it, whether it's like
does it take discs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it has a little disc drive on the side. It's like the horizontal one.
It's still physical copies.
Well, yeah. Well, and now Sony. The thing with Sony is they're talking about doing a disc drive in theirs. However, the only thing it'll be able to play on it is PS4. That's the only thing
that's not a smart move.
Well, no, and
I mean they should have learned with the whole Xbox.
Well, and you see that's the big reason why a lot of people are saying Xbox is because you see they're saying it's going to be a back and forth between Sony and Nintendo, or Sony and PlayStation, or Sony and Microsoft for the next generations. Because when Xbox 360 originally came out, it was on top of the world because it was first to the gate, and also
Halo 3.
And Halo 3. And not only that, but they also had the Xbox Live Arcade.
When the 360 came out, I was blown away more by Gears of War than I was 3. The first Gears of War was epic.
You see, they had great first-party releases.
Yeah.
They had great first-party releases and third-party releases.
Because it's the games that really make the console. It really is.
Because Call of Duty 2 came out on there, and Call of Duty 2 looked amazing. That was a release title on there.
But then you had Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare came later. But Call of Duty 2, when it originally released on the Xbox 360, and then they had the PlayStation 2 version over on the other side, and it was just like and you see.
Well, I'd already played this shit on my PS2 before that Xbox came out.
And the
first demo I played was at GameStop. Walked into GameStop. Oh, that's the new Xbox they were talking about. I heard something about that. Wow. What is this? And it was the demo of Halo. Combat Evolved, and it was level 4, which was
Cartographer.
That's
not Force and Reconciliation. Yeah, the Silent Cartographer.
Oh,
we land on the island.
Yeah, the island. Yeah.
Yes, dude, and it was so smooth with the 2 joysticks, and I have to get this fucking console. I have to get this game. I need this.
I remember that scene where you're looking back, and then all of a sudden, like a shot comes up and knocks the warthog off the back. It's like,
oh, dude, yeah. When I figured out you can get the warthog and shit and drive
around the island and stuff.
Yeah, I was like,
oh my
dude,
God,
this
are
is
you
fucking
serious?
bad. The controls made sense. You didn't even have to ever play it before. You could just jump in and
just go.
Yeah, go. And it was like, oh man, and you can snipe it. Then I realized there was multiplayer, and then I realized there was like arena style multiplayer, the LAN parties. It was so user friendly. It was God, man, that was my game. That was the shit, and that revolutionized the whole style of gaming. That I mean, I don't know if Microsoft's really to thank for any of that.
Well,
probably in my opinion,
you want
on
to
Bungie.
think for the 2 sticks, Sony did it first.
Yeah.
Sony did it first with the PlayStation
analog.
1 analog controllers.
Yeah. But to me, it wasn't about that. It was the game that really kind of showed that, hey, this is the way.
Yeah.
Mandalorian style.
Follow me and do it.
All right, so I know we got some memes saved up there, Nick. What do we got?
Going with the memes.
Dankest of Maymays. Josh L117. What's that? How you doing? We need Halo 3 anniversary. I think we'll eventually get it because we got Combat Evolved anniversary, 2 anniversary. I wouldn't be surprised if they did 3 anniversary.
It would. Yeah, it is kind of weird that like Halo 3 is now like the lowest graphic one, kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
It is. I mean, and then after that, it'll be.
But it's still. I mean, it still works. Like
cinematics on Halo 2, though, man, they look good.
I just played through.
Imagine if you will, Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST remastered together as one game. I mean, as one like thing together. You can play one game one way and play one game the other.
Didn't they give ODST?
Honestly, ODST feels more like it would fit better like in the middle of Halo 2's campaign, I guess. But I
that's kind of how I feel.
Maybe this is personal preference. I didn't really care about it.
But to be honest, I'd just rather see a next Halo that kind of goes back to Halo's roots.
That's what Infinite looks like.
That's what they're saying Infinite's going to be.
Because they've kind of strayed too far off the path. I mean, 4 kind of went off the path, but still fun.
Trying to
Infinite went way over here to where it's still fun. I love the movements and the abilities, but it doesn't feel like
Halo 5.
Yeah.
The going with like Locke and stuff also was kind of weird.
No, I like the guy who plays Locke is a really good actor.
He's good. He's the dude in Luke Cage.
It's just it's the story to me didn't make as much sense. I know having Cortana do the thing, go the route that she did, I think works as a story. But I think you have to have John realizing this as your main point of like she's going this route. I need to fight back against this.
Yeah, and it was also the advertisement stuff on that was misleading as shit.
Yeah, it was.
What memes we got?
Like they were making it out to sound like there's gonna, Mastery's gonna be doing some really questionable shit here, and it's gonna be a real, emotional decision that you're gonna have to make. Dude, no, it's just he kind of goes AWOL for a little bit with his buddies, and that's it.
All right, what's first May? Oh, okay.
Him and Locke get into a little tussle, but
yeah,
that's about it.
No, don't get me wrong. That fight scene was pretty cool. Also, I love the fact they had Nathan Fillion in it as well.
First one's from Azure, who said, "I'm back. Here's half a rant about olives?" ?
Woo!
So here's the thing that happened. This actually happened. This is so stupid. This is the stupidest fuck thing to talk about, and I don't even know why I'm doing it, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I almost had a rage was leaking from my eyeballs because of this, and so I gotta talk about it. Okay, so I'm hanging out with a friend of mine, and so I've got a friend, and there's some booze, and we've got video games, and so I'm like, holy moose, fuck, we've gotta get some snacks immediately. If we add some snacks to this shit, then we've got a perfect furry video game geek night, right? I want that. I would like to have that. That would be better than a 5-gallon bucket of tasty dick. To the snacks! So we get in the car, we go to the grocery store, and we go in, and what do I see before my beady little eyes but the olive bar? And you've seen these things. It's like a bar, and it's got tons of gourmet olives and artisan cheeses and stuffed mushrooms and all this fuckery, and it's like a buffet, right? And you get a little container, and you put the shit in there, and then you go up to the register and pay for it, and then you have not. And this is easy. This is supposed to be easy. That's the whole point of this thing, is easy shit. And I love olives. Olives are some astounding shit. I eat olives with every hole in my body. And nothing goes better with a friend, some booze, video games, and a 5-pound bucket of tasty dick than some olives. I will have the fucking olives. So I get a little container, and I go to the olives I want, and I start getting some, and some lady yells, "Hey!" So I turn around, and there's some late-night grocery store Chickzilla employee standing behind the deli.
Chickzilla.
She says, "You can't do that. The olives are closed." The olives are closed. The olives are fucking... That's what she said to me.
The olives are closed.
Oh, what? I'd be madder now.
The olives are closed. Then why are they still out?
Also, we're in a grocery store. I mean,
Who fucking cares? Ring me up, bitch. It all scans the same.
Yes. The olives are closed. I didn't see a sign. Where's the sign?
I feel like
We got 9 of these, by the way.
Oh! Bring them on.
The next one's from Benson the Boss.
Nice.
With a $3 donation.
Thank you, Benson.
Thank you, Benson.
That'll never happen. And we'll get all cool, and you'll be all like, whoa, and then we'll be all like, in your face! And then I'll be all like...
It's so stupid, but it's awesome.
Kitchen gun! Bang, bang!
Yeah. Oh, now I want to watch that again.
Next one's from Jerry the Hero with a $3 donation.
Thank you, Jerry.
The Mandalorian. Le Mandalorian.
Okay. This is not the way. I have a baguette, and I have a baby Yoda.
Make your next move.
Choose wisely.
Well, at least we
I like
have
those
a lot
odds.
more, it looks like, so. Gaming Warthog with the next one.
Hey, give him Warthog.
It's a puma.
Puma.
No, it's not. Leave here with me. Come on. I miss you. Okay, Boomer.
Oh,
Don't continue that shit.
damn it! Damn it all! Come on!
That was so... No. Come on.
Oh, that was great.
I'm glad you got a kick out of it.
Yeah, no, that
Okay,
was funny.
Boomer. Fuck you, Zoomer. That's all I gotta say. I hate that all the Zoomers call anyone older than them Boomers. I'm like,
Yeah.
as much as I hate to admit it, I'm Generation Y, aka a millennial. So, yeah.
Well, it's just that self-hating thing that you got.
Dude, millennials.
I don't give a fuck if you're old, if you're born in 90, if you're born in 85, you're
Just
born
wait.
in 65.
Yeah, you just need to be
if you're a
confident.
cunt, you're a cunt. You know?
I agree. I agree. Could not agree more.
Yeah, I judge people on competence.
Yeah.
I do too.
Competence and reasoning ability.
Yeah.
But
Anyone who throws up one of these barriers is just like, you're not allowed to like him. Why? He's black. I'm like,
I don't
what?
I don't care.
Why?
I can't hang with you.
I don't care if you're from the silent generation or a Generation X or a Zoomer or whatever. If you think the Earth is flat, no.
Yep. I can't
You have
hang with
no
you.
fucking
I can't
respect
do
for
with
me.
you.
Yeah. If you think the Earth is flat, all I'm going to say is this.
draw the line
All I'll
there.
say is this. I was just like, you want to take a trip to space? I'll send you one way.
I don't
I can
like,
handle some dumbassery to a point, but man, that's crossing the line once you
with
said that.
flat earthers. I don't get it right. So like you can hold it. This is a ball, right? And it's in three dimensionals,
go.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so if we can have this ball, and like you can show them like a globe, right? And
Yes.
like, okay, so now this globe is a ball. It's round. Now, what if we scaled that up to the point that we're just walking on it? Nope, impossible. Brain breaks down. completely.
Yeah, of course, because
Hey, we're walking on it now.
well, I remember actually there was an astronaut on Joe Rogan's podcast not too long ago, and this astronaut he was just like
Which one?
I forget, but
Mustache?
no, not the dude who like has the video of him like sleeping in space. No, it was another one. He said he was like, "What is it like, seeing the Earth from space?" And the guy was just like, "Honestly, I was disappointed. I mean, I got to space, I looked out there at the Earth, and I'm just like." I remember seeing something like this in history class. Oh, wait, yeah, it was the globe. I know this is like a big majestic moment or something like that, but I don't know. It just didn't strike me like I thought it would. And then all of a sudden, like, people were typing in the comments section down below. No, they weren't typing that. There were so many people typing, like, Eddie Bravo must be blowing up Joe's phone right now. Because Eddie Bravo is one of those, like, everything you see from space is fake. To which Eddie Bravo is also a very big fan of Elon Musk, and he was just like, he was just like, "Hey Eddie, what do you think about Elon Musk sending that car to space?" And he's just like, "Next question, Joe," because he didn't want to admit it. Because here's the thing, Eddie, I think, has the capacity to admit that the Earth is round. It's just he's afraid to because he has so many friends who are stupid and value his opinion. That are flat earthers.
I mean, I have to assume that like half the people that claim to be flat
half of them are bullshit.
they're like they want to be.
They just want
they want to be.
attention.
Yeah, they want to be.
They've discovered something new. And
they want to
everybody
be
should
against
worship
the
them.
norm, and so this is a way to.
Well,
and
They're
it's
bored.
lame,
It
but-
really comes down to bored and scientific illiteracy.
Yes.
I mean, that's obviously
drink?
you're not smart
Yeah.
enough to discover.
That's my drink. Let me get it.
Oh, I was
You're
like,
not smart enough to obviously
I was like, wait a
discover
second.
something,
This is
so
right.
they want
Wait
to
a second. I
have the
thought he was
attention
drinking
as
beer.
if they won a Nobel fucking prize.
yeah.
You know, and it's like
I also saw these people who came on this. I forget what the show was, but it was like a versus show, one side versus the other, and it was scientists versus flat earthers.
oh lord.
And to which
There should have been scientists and any other fucking human being.
No. Here's the thing: the flat earthers like had these theories that they put out there and everything, and the scientist is sitting there listening the entire time, and he's like one of the scientists was just like, okay, so you know that this was actually disproven back in 1871, and the guy's like, show me the report, and the
1871.
yeah, and then all of a sudden, how perspective is, on the from the mountaintops and everything, how you can supposedly see everything from the mountaintops. To which,
No, I mean,
Well-
you're not going to see the curvature for the Earth as long as we're the same size as we are.
no, I know,
Unless you get
but
really far
there was
away
a
from it.
scientific method that they talked about, and the scientists was just, this was disproven like 1871, and that's what they believe. Some of them out there believe, but
Frisbee
It's actually the Discworld.
but
Turtle
Nice.
with 4 elephants.
yeah. So, but here's one thing that they brought up. They were just like, show me the report, and the guy literally pulled out of his back pocket the encyclopedia, flipped to the page, and was just like,
I bet NASA put that in there.
And
it's
then,
a conspiracy.
and
That's the problem. You can't argue.
And the guy's just like, this book existed before NASA even was invented.
But that's the thing. That's the problem. You can't argue. You can't argue with these people because.
And then there was one guy who says, I believe the Earth is flat because that's what the Bible says. And then one scientist was just like,
oh wow.
The one scientist was just
like, the Bible's always been right.
No. Here's what he said. The one guy actually came up and he said, "Sir, one of the scientists came forward and said, "Sir, I'm a Christian. I've read the Bible a lot in my life, and I have never seen this passage. What are you speaking of?"
Well,
and the guy was just like, I read it on a site online that the original King James interpretation said this, and the guy is just like, I can tell you pretty much every section of the Bible, and in no section of the Bible does this exist. Have you read the Bible, sir? And the guy's like,
no.
Not only was it disproven in 1800s or whatever. No, this shit was it was proven that the Earth was round 3,000 years ago.
Yeah,
in Egypt.
Aristotle figured it out over 3,000 years ago.
Yeah, that's Aristotle. That's who it was.
Yeah, Aristotle figured out the world was round.
Me.
Yeah, but you know why? You know how he discovered it?
Yeah,
because he discovered that when ships go past the horizon, they disappear. They disappear mass.
Well, that wasn't the experiment that he did. He did some in Egypt where he basically created he had 2 obelisks built and two
different times
something like
of the
that.
day.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you see the sundial experiment that proved
I thought
his curvature.
That was by the Greeks though. That did
the Greeks
were
Egypt.
kind of in Egypt.
The Greeks went into Egypt as well.
Right. And they
don't
really
forget
far
Cleopatra's Greek.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're getting way off topic, so let's go to the next one.
I mean, also just Viking navigation in general. I mean, shadows, being able to use the shadows to navigate.
All right, what's the
I can go on.
What's the dealio, Nick, with the next meme?
Next one's from Jerry the Hero with a $5 donation.
All right, thank you, Jerry. Jerry.
Anakin Skywalker. Anakin Skywalker.
You keep on going with these memes. If we keep doing those meme formats.
Anakin Skywalker.
Music makes it even.
Yes, it does.
Great.
Okay, the next one. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
I might have to objection on this one. This is from the Gaming Warthog with a $1 donation.
Oh, God. All right, ladies and gentlemen, prepare your verdicts out there.
You're risking your channel on $1 right now.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh.
Is this just gonna be this?
You keep expecting it to go, but it doesn't.
Well, you can actually do the opening.
There he goes. Nope.
Flagged and copyrighted. Fuck.
Nope, it does. It's just the intro on a 4/4 repeat.
It's literally called the Immigrant Song, but it never starts.
Are you kidding me? It has started. It just doesn't continue. That's improper titling.
It only starts halfway, and then it repeats itself back, just like the image.
This reminds me back in the day when we all used to listen to CDs. This is what the CD would do when it gets stuck in the Walkman or whatever.
Actually, there was an old joke on the Red Green Show. There was a guy who said, if your wife is ever mad at you, just put your favorite, U-Shank on with a cup over the ears and put on a pair of headphones and just crank the Immigrant Song while she's yelling at you.
What's the Immigrant Song?
Oh my God! Whose idea was it to play this?
Led Zezdel. That's what it says at the top.
Immigragrammy.
Immigragrammy. And there's another one. Holy hell. Okay, next.
Alright, next one is from Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Even
Watch it be another
Kenobi.
You're our only hope.
Even Obi-Wan Kenobi had a roommate named.
No, really, you're our only hope for fucking saving Star Wars. Please make a movie about you.
Not gonna happen now.
Why couldn't we get banished here? Come on, we gotta find another door.
And
It's awesome.
damn it, Sully.
Alright, next one's from I Ran Out of Random Names.
And I ran out of random names.
Good morning, USA. I got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day. Shut the fuck up!
Yes.
Hey, shut the fuck up!
Next one is the one from the Gaming Warfare.
That is the appropriate response to that.
I got
Somebody just fucking opens their windows and starts singing out to the world. No, shut.
No! Snip it! Objection! Nick! Objection!
Jesus Christ! Nate is literally attacking Nick. What
He
the?
launched me across the office and knocked the heater over.
Oh no.
What the fuck? What was that?
Nothing!
I tried to bar the door, but I forgot the chair had wheels on it, so he just like launched me across the room.
Shit, I've never seen
You probably just blew out the mics from that shit.
Yeah.
Probably just everybody's deaf now. We apologize for anybody that can still hear us. I will mouth it for you if you're deaf.
Alright, so the next one is from
You're gonna have to give me the backstory on that
Noble
one.
as a boy with a $3 donation. He said, "Never mind, I figured out a name."
Figured out.
Well, don't gotta worry about that video again.
Yeah, somebody saved that.
You soul like that nigga.
What?
Oh.
Marcel, if you're in there, you need to get on his ass over that. Oh, he is there!
Marcel, get this man in check. What'd you say? I said that second one never went off.
Yeah.
Says he almost said it. But
Yeah.
Like he said.
Well, there was one where Nogla said, "I wouldn't buy that for a nickel." And then all of a sudden, Marcel was just like, I had to think about that for a hot second. I know exactly what you said, but he almost said, "Second one, nickel."
Where'd you go? Want to keep playing?
Yeah, all right, I guess. I mean,
Yeah. Well,
All right.
Yeah, we'll wait for him.
$3 donation. Imagine they did this trailer for the Mandalorian. No spoiler.
we can talk about politics while we wait for
Play
Jake.
this one. Though. Keep saying the elemental.
no thanks.
I've never met a Mandalorian. I've only read the stories. If they are true, you will make great work of it.
I hurt myself today.
That could work.
To see if I still feel. I focus
Yep.
on the pain. The only thing that's real. Beneath the stains of time.
Species age differently.
The feelings disappear.
This is what was causing
You are someone else. I am still right here. And you could
See,
have it all.
this does work with a lot of stuff out there.
My empire of dirt.
It's weird to me to have pre-established music over Star Wars, though.
Yeah, it's just,
Have you seen it yet? Miller?
I couldn't stop myself. I had to watch it.
What do you think? What do you think of those two stormtroopers there in the last episode?
Oh, I wanted to kill them. I wanted to kill them. No, and I know who they were. I know Jason Sudeikis and I forget the other one, but I remember Jason Sudeikis was just like, "You're offering me a Star Wars role? Awesome!" And then after he saw the comments, he was just like, "I'm a dead man."
It was pretty funny though when they're shooting or whatever, and they can't hit something 10 feet in front of them.
Yeah. Like, there is, people have been saying for years we have bad aim. I believe them now.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, maybe if they were using like projectile weapons like smart people instead of plasma, then it'd be fun.
Yeah.
I was like that stuff made sense back when I was a kid when I was playing Halo and shit. But like as I've done research for like Axiom and everything, it's like there's not really a great benefit with like energy weapons compared to projectile ones. So sounds cool. It's a technologically advanced thing to do, but not really efficient.
Not logical.
Yeah, not very useful.
You good, Jake? Yep. All right. Okay, next meme.
From Jared Hero with a $5 donation says, "Unfortunately, the France store is closed, so who wants Japanese?"
The France store.
The France store.
I need.
Master Yoda.
Master Yoda.
It is pretty.
Still works.
It is pretty funny. It is pretty comical, like how many words in English and stuff that just don't translate into anything the Japanese had, and so they literally just took English words and kind of
they kanjied them.
Yeah,
but much like how how we anglicize things over here, they kanji.
But it just kind of it almost sounds like they're doing like a parody, like a stereotypical accent when they say
someone actually sent Nick and me like Japanese versions of our names. I would be Naito. And he would, and what would you be, Nick? Niku?
Niku.
Naito-san. And Naito, that actually is an authentic Japanese last name, our family name, because...
Well, you're so close to Natsu as it is, anyway.
Huh? That was Naito.
My boss calls me Jakob Smirnoff.
Jakob? Well, considering Jacob is traditionally Hebrew, Jakob is the more preferred, more original way of pronouncing it. And mine, Nathaniel, which I mean, given my curly hair and my my darker skin and my big nose, I mean, I would stand out in Nazi Germany. They'd have killed me.
Well, mine is Viking, because my legal name Ronald.
Yes, play it.
Next me.
My legal name.
Shit. Hell yeah. Okay, so Jared Hero with $5 donation. Never mind, I found another store. It looks like he found the whole store, the warehouse. This is a French Google Translate thank name compilation.
Oh God.
Oh Lord.
My legal name Ronald is based off of Norse Rognvalda.
Fish.
Fish.
Oh no.
Hamburger.
Hamburger.
Oh, I am a hamburger.
These stupid Americans.
I am made with a baguette and so.
Godzilla.
And poutine.
Godzilla.
Just waiting for the Japanese.
I will knock you over Eiffel Tower after I pick my teeth with you. No. I swear to God, it's just we're number one reworked. That's it.
Martin Cabello.
Martin
Cabello.
General Grievous.
General Grievous.
General Grievous.
That's pretty funny when Grievous is. I'm assuming it's French, isn't it? Grievous is French.
Baby Yoda.
Greedo.
Grido.
Grido.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this would kind of get old pretty quick.
It would eventually. That's why you need to do something different. Frog.
Never seen it spelled that way before.
Le Frog.
Le Frog. Yeah, I've seen that old meme of him just sitting there. Bruh. Bruh.
Bruh.
I like how it just ends with bruh.
Bruh. That's a good one.
Bruh.
Alright, we got another one from the Uno King with a $30 donation. I think I might have seen this.
Everyone has Uno.
No, this-
No,
Came
yeah.
free with your fucking morning stuff. I have the old command. No, you don't. I bought mine day one, you fucking flea man. Well, mine didn't have it. You have Uno, you fucking dick. I don't have it, you fucking monster. You have Uno. I don't have fucking Uno, motherfucker. I don't have Uno. Go to an arcade and you'll be able to download it for free. You fucking dumb pizza! 9, 10, 11. You don't even have to wipe one of my candles for Uno! I don't have Uno! It's fucking Uno!
I know we watched this the other week, but like I still have no idea what the fuck is going on here.
I'm assuming it's just someone
It's
took a
random.
whole argument against two people on Xbox, and
Yeah.
someone was trying to explain that he can play Uno with him because it's free, and he's like, I don't have Uno, and he's just being a fucking...
You go into the arcade and download it. It's free. You freaking dipshit.
Never stop, and then never stop coming, and then never stop coming, and then never stop coming. As you donated $1 said also have half a rant about safe spacers.
Oh gosh.
Safe spacers?
Yeah, the whole thing with you. Just
People
like,
need a safe space.
Okay, so get this. I was walking around the college campus up here just because I like the cafeteria up there, and the expression on people's faces when I asked them to inspect my scary nipple, it makes my fucking day. So I'm there, and I go into this building, and suddenly, what the fuck? It was bright colors and beanbags, and the shit looked like something that Pee Wee Herman would want to use as a fucking sex dungeon, okay? There's a TV with cute kittens on it, and cookies, and
oh my
toys
gosh,
and
yeah, the
shit. So I'm
comforts.
thinking, hey, I walked into the daycare center, right? This is a place for little kids to
Nope.
fuck around so someone can keep an eye on them. That's gotta be what this place is, right? And
Nope.
suddenly homegirl comes up to me and she says, welcome to the safe space. And I'm like, the fuck you talking about safe space? And she said, oh, it's a place where we can get away from all the hate speech. And I look and there are college students, adult fucking college students, curled up in a ball and hiding. I'm thinking, what, was somebody throwing grenades at these poor fuckers or something? Are
Nope.
these Syrian refugees hiding out from ISIS? No, nothing like that. They were doing this because there was a lecture happening across campus that had opinions that they didn't fucking agree with. And I said, what? And you know what I did? You know what I fucking did? I immediately whipped out my scary nipple and I squeezed the fuck out of it. I blasted these idiots with my man milk of justice. Because see, now I'm going to invent a bomb made out of chainsaws and fucking polar bears that just hones in on my man milk of justice, and I'm gonna fly into space and nuke them all from orbit because it's the only fucking way to be sure. I wish I was joking about this. I wish upon a fucking star that this was all a joke, but this is going on all over the country right now. They're called safe spacers, and they walk around campus feeling threatened and traumatized just from people
Thinking differently than them. Yeah.
Traumatized.
Look, I don't 100% agree with certain people who come to speak on campuses, but if you need to resort to having therapy for someone saying something that you don't agree with,
You can go to Berkeley. They probably got that there.
they
Like if somebody was
No,
like,
don't
yeah,
go to
so we're
Berkeley,
gonna
they'll
have
burn
the
it
Grand
down.
Wizard of the local KKK come and give a speech at campus, I'd be like, I'd probably like come out and be like, hey, how about you like not?
How about you be like a decent human being and not do that? Yeah.
yeah.
But it's like people like get pissed because Jordan Peterson's gonna come talk at their campus
Yeah,
and shit.
and
It's
Jordan's
like,
not even right wing. He identifies as like a
But like,
liberal.
even at that point, like, okay, fucking exercise your right to protest or something.
Well,
you know, what curling up into a ball in a safe space is not going to do anything to anybody.
I saw this one video that my cousin Zach shared. It was Michael Knowles. It was a Michael Knowles speech where Michael Knowles was speaking about, you know, how, you know, speaking with a college professor who was, you know, they were going back and forth on how, you know, and how, you know, people have the right to speak, anything like that. And then he spies back there. There's a protest going on, and it's literally 4 kids stood up with tape over their mouths. That they're just standing up back there with their arms behind their backs and everything. To which Michael Knowles says, it was the questionnaire time too. You know, people could come up and ask questions, and he says, "Actually, everyone, I'd like to address something real quick. Back in the back, there's these kids protesting, and you know, you have the right to protest. By all means, feel free to. I mean, this is America. You're free to do as you please. You're here." As a part of you're here as a part of a protest. I would like to get your opinions. I would like to have you come forward and speak to me and put forward your opinions to me, so I can understand why you are protesting. Would anyone like to do that? I mean, you have freedom of speech to do so. Feel free to come forward. Like, you can skip the line. I'm more than willing to let this pass. Anyone? No. Oh, okay. Here's the thing. If you're not willing to step forward and speak your mind on stuff, then why the hell should people care? Because honestly, I have certain degrees where I like to be left alone, but at the same time, it's just like if I believe in something and that's being threatened, for instance, you know, the gun law thing that's happening up in Virginia, where a lot of my family members live, a lot of them own guns that would have to be repossessed by the government if it comes to pass all the way through.
I haven't really followed exactly what's going on with it. Like, what kind of restrictions
are initiating a law that basically would say that you can't own any guns, or they're classifying any guns that have a magazine that holds 10 or more rounds as an assault weapon. Do you know what the average number of rounds in a handgun magazine is?
9.
No.
10?
Yep.
I've never owned a handgun with 10 rounds.
80% of handguns sold currently on the market have 10 rounds or more.
Oh, mine always had 8 or 9.
80% of handguns sold would be classified as assault weapons, and therefore they would not be legal to own in Virginia, and they would come to confiscate your guns.
Well, I mean, they could. You could.
Or the mayor, or not mayor, but
governor.
The dude that's over Virginia.
Northam. Ralph Northam.
That's a bit retarded.
Doing names.
Shithead.
He said that he would be willing to implement use of the National Guard to take the guns from people as well. And so, like 90 different counties in Virginia have declared themselves as
Yeah,
basically like sovereign.
A sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
They're like, come and fucking take them. And they're getting together militia and shit. If they decide to do that, they're gonna fight. Clintwood was the first one to do it. Wise County was the second one. My home county. My cousin Zach actually spoke out at the local. They had a local referendum to discuss whether or not Wise County would be a gun safe a gun sanctuary zone. And Zach spoke out there, and he spoke about how people should have the inalienable right to own as many firearms as they want, and unless they do something bad, then they can be taken away. I mean, isn't that the logical thing when a person does something bad?
So yeah, I mean, like I'm all about the whole it's better. What is it, like the registration and everything for it? Like,
well, no. He supports that too. He supports like full background checks.
Right, yeah.
He supports,
but like when you're talking about confiscating, that's a whole different ball.
Yeah, my cousin.
And I mean, there's easier solutions to that. Like, what if? I mean, because I think I saw something in Canada where like you're limited to like 5 rounds in your magazine, but like you can still have an AR-15. It's just basically the magazines have to be like specially modified, with a bolt that pretty much limits it to a 5-round load or something.
The gun.
I mean, could wouldn't it be easier to make it where like magazines for like handguns, whatever, could only have 9 rounds or something?
I used to have an old 1911.
I mean, I know
it didn't even hold.
Well, that's a 1911, but you see, most modern guns nowadays.
My 9mm only hold 8.
Yeah, like a Glock holds like 15 or 17.
Certain like most Glocks out there hold more.
That's a double stack magazine. So,
but I mean, I imagine it would be easier to sell the idea of, you know, a limit, like, because they do it like the P90, like I know the P90 has the commercial variant where it's only 30
the thing is, they're punishing everyday citizens.
Right. No, I mean, I get
instead
it.
of punishing the people who are actually guilty of it, and you know, actually putting forward any investigation as the government should into limiting this, you know, eliminating the, you know, the gun deaths and everything like that. Instead, they're putting the brunt of the enforcement on law-abiding citizens who have done literally nothing wrong. Literally, all they've done is own guns at their own merit and not done anything to harm anybody. They're not punishing
any criminals. They're not taking anything away from criminals because they're just going to hang on to it.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the thing: Chicago is a gun-free zone. Chicago is like 100% gun-free. Like, you're not allowed to own a handgun, AR, anything. The only thing you're allowed to own as a self-defense item is like a small folding knife. That's it. And yeah,
I'm not sure you could own a taser.
No. I'm saying like lethal, like fully lethal. Okay. Like knives in close range are more dangerous than guns.
Yeah,
but the thing is, Chicago has more gun deaths than any other city in the country, by a huge standard.
Yep.
They're not even the most populated city.
Also, the home of the Hells Angels.
Yeah, and the thing is, the majority of the people who die on the streets of Chicago are young black men at the other hands of young black men, and nobody gives a shit. Like, nobody gives a shit about them.
Outside the ghetto, you can
nobody gives a shit about them. The city doesn't give a shit about them, and that pisses me off. Like, these city officials who say, we represent the people, we represent, like, equality and all that. Okay, then how about you investigate? Why don't you investigate? Because over 70% of the murders that happen in the city of Chicago go unsolved. 70%.
They don't have a system to set it up.
Exactly.
When poverty reigns in a certain area, then that area is going to turn into that. They're just byproducts of the surrounding, really.
It's insanity, though.
It's like Flint, Michigan, man. And went known as murder town now because of poverty.
Well, yeah, and not only that, but they're
probably also have to fight each other for
and then they poison their water. Yeah.
Well, when you were talking about Japanese names that Dr. Dell put in the chat, Niku Hatsune.
I can't believe that shit's been going on in Flint, Michigan for what, years now?
better part of like 5 years.
Like, how have we been incapable of, like, is there nobody like actually fucking doing something about it?
Elon
Musk is he's got a water filtration system that he's trying out there, and hopefully it will help get rid of like the heavy metals and the like heavy minerals in there too.
And self-funded too.
Yeah. And, like, he wants to help.
I'm assuming it's from like pollution from
everything.
Manufacturing.
Everybody just keeps shitting on it.
Well, no, what happened was it's sulfur. Sulfur cracked through into it. There was an incident that caused a break in the underground that caused sulfur to leak into the water, and you know, sulfur is a very, very bad mineral to have in your water source because that's death. You're pretty much drinking liquid death. And not only that, but there's also the heavy metals in there as well, and all that have made the water flammable. So not only is it flammable, but it's also undrinkable. So there you go. You got rocket fuel as your fucking water source. All right.
What you got next there?
Next up, Nick.
Hopefully something more uplifting.
The gaming warthog.
I want to laugh.
Good work, Anakin. Now,
kill
him.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
I shouldn't.
Come on, Count Dookie.
Do it. Do it. Yay! Are you threatening me, Master Jedi?
Oh, Master Winston. I must say you're sooner than expected.
In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you are under arrest, Chancellor.
Are you threatening me, Master Jedi?
The Senate will decide your fate.
Oh, actually,
I am the Senate.
it's treason. Jason then.
Throw the puppet.
I'm going to end this once and for all.
You can't. He must stand trial.
He has control of the circle and the courts.
He's too dangerous to be left. Okay, you see,
Don't kill me. No. I didn't mean it. It's not the Jedi way. He must live. Don't kill me. I'm too weak. I need him. No.
Don't kill me, I'm too weak.
see,
I never
Sam
understood
Jack-
that part, why he didn't actually stop him. Did he have to chop off his whole arm right there and then kill him?
well, who?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Did he have to chop off his arm right there?
Not really, no.
Yeah, Mace Windu
He
should
could have just
fucking...
went stop and put him in his
Well,
fucking place.
okay.
You know?
Mace Windu could have fucked his ass.
Anything but cut off his whole damn arm.
Here's the thing about that whole scene that irks the hell out of me. You have Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu,
That's one.
and you're having him read off lines as boring as "the oppression of the Sith will never return." And like, do you if?
Oh, I thought the whole movie
What do you want
was
from
pretty rough.
I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this.
Motherfucking
No, I'm expecting some sort of like passion out of him because he's Sam Jackson. He doesn't have to say motherfucker to get a point across. Look at him as fucking Nick Fury.
Did I tell you about the time my mom rented a good old B-budget movie? It was called Snakes on a Train.
Yes.
Dude, I was like,
God.
really? Mom, Snakes on a Train? Really? What? They look good. I'm like, really,
This
Mom?
one's got that Sam Jackson in
No,
it.
he
doesn't
doesn't
it?
have Sam Jackson. There's another
No.
black guy that was like, I'm tired of these snakes on this
snakes
motherfucking
on this
If you want to
mother
see something that'll
train.
make your brain bleed, by the way, Jacob,
I
for the
usually don't.
cinematography and shit, there's
Oh.
a thing on Amazon Prime called Clownado.
Clown name.
God damn it.
I don't know.
No.
I don't want to.
Oh,
God.
you want to show him bad cinematography? We need to show him scenes from Birdemic.
I'm good. I've seen Birdemic.
Oh!
It's fucking trash. And yes, John Tron's version of review of that was epic.
Yes.
Birdemic is the shit.
What names we got?
How many more we got, Nick?
6.
Damn. They keep
Roll the memes.
they keep on coming.
This is from Scout Trooper number 2, and he says it had to be done.
Oh Lord.
I don't even have a swimsuit that fit. Me too. Oh no! Hey, buddy.
Spoilers, by the way, for anybody that hasn't.
The adding of the sound effect does make it funny, but to me, like the sound effect of just him punching it, I'm just like, I want to kill him. I want to kill him. I want to kill him.
When I was when I was down in Florida, my mom down there, when we were watching them for the first time, she was like, "Oh hell no!"
Yeah,
Aerial ballet,
aerial ballet.
Then go without it. I'm not at a hot springs by myself. Nah. When I was I'll clarify this. When I was 16, my friends and I drove up to this hot spring, the Devil's Bath, or not Devil's Bathtub. What's it called?
There's a hot spring there.
There's a hot springs. There's a hot springs in Virginia. I forget exactly 100% where it's at, but me and my friends drove up there, and the bet was there was 4 guys and like 6 girls, and like the bet was jump in there naked, and me wanting to impress
If I jump in there naked, everybody run.
And then you got boiled alive in the thing, and Pierce Brosnan had to come in. So,
Dante's Peak, really? You asshole! No. What happened was I did it, and I was wasn't the only one, but there was a girl that jumped in, and her name, I'm not gonna say her name, but I will say this: me and her both got the butt of the joke because they all picked up our clothes. They threw mine in, but they ran away with hers.
Oh no!
And here's the thing: me being a gentleman, I put on my pants. And I put on my underwear and I put on my pants, and it was like blistering cold
I'll be
walking
such
down
a
there.
gentleman. You can have my shirt.
No, yeah, I did. I let her have my shirt. My shirt was huge, dude. I had a double XL, and she was really tiny. She was like 5'4", but anyway, she puts it on. And like it goes down and it covers up, and she's like got like doing this the entire time, like pulling the shirt down, and I'm just like we're gonna go find him, but you know my shoes were wet, my socks were wet, my pants were wet, my undies were wet. The only thing I didn't throw in was my jacket, thank God, and you know I put my jacket on because it was still pretty cold. It was starting to get cold. It was about November, I believe, November or October, I forget. But anyway, I was cold and everything. We go down the way, and they've hung her stuff in the trees a little bit of the ways down as we went down, and very slowly, like.
You hanging out?
So I'm assuming this story ended with
football players, dude. What do you expect?
I'm assuming this story ended with a multiple homicide.
No. We got back down there, and we got back to my Chevy Cavalier. Everyone else had taken off, and I had to drive her back, and that was a very, very awkward trip back because this girl, she did that as a dare. She was there trying to hook up with the quarterback of the team. I'm not going to say his name, but she had pretty much no interest in me. She did that just to try and be brave, just to show that she had no fear.
It backfired on her.
Oh yeah, it did. But anyway, yeah. But we actually talked a lot on the way back, and yeah, she was pretty cool. Like I didn't know that she was actually a fan of Star Wars, and I didn't know that, and I was like, huh, cool. But yeah. Needless to say, that was one of my experiences at a hot spring, and I'm not going to do that again because trust me, I don't even like seeing this when I look in the mirror whenever I get out of the shower. I come out of the shower with my towel on, and I'm just like, no, like cover it up, no.
I don't like seeing myself naked either, so don't worry.
I think that's a common trait with most people.
That's why we have clothes.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? And I can do a lot in clothes, fashion statements. I tell you a lot more about who I am.
Billy Mount with an awesome question here. Nate, would you like to see Disney and Fox do live-action remakes of both Anastasia or Titan AE? Anastasia, no, because it's been proven that Anastasia is dead. They found her skeleton, so no, that story does not make sense, and it's not really romantic.
What was the other option?
Titan AE, which Titan AE had a lot of potential. Yeah. It's just it didn't pan out.
I wouldn't mind seeing a live action to that.
Maybe, I'd like to see. I'd like to see it as well.
Nicolas Cage, Treasure Hunter.
No, that's National Treasure. Fuck that,
guys.
They are making a third one.
We need to get the treasure. It's on the Emancipation Proclamation. I'm gonna steal the Emancipation Proclamation.
And then all of a sudden you read the Emancipation Proclamation and you're just like, wait, no,
I'm gonna pour lemon juice all over.
No,
Vinci Code.
No, first you read the side that has print on it. You're just like, wait a second. This doesn't free slaves. This doesn't free slaves. This only frees slaves that are in the southern state. What the fuck, Lincoln?
Holy shit.
Like, what the frick, Lincoln? And then, but yeah.
I got some bad news, northern states.
No, it didn't free the slaves that were in, like, the states that were on
That's
our
what
side
I'm saying.
of the Union.
That's what I'm saying. I got some bad news in northern states.
I got some bad news for you. But, yeah, the whole thing with, but Titan AE I would like to see a remake of. Because it had such great potential, and I like the dredge, that was what they were called, and they're aliens of
like
pure
energy based.
Yeah, they were pure energy, and it was awesome because when you shot one of them and they exploded, and you could see like the energy dissipate into the surroundings. It's like, ooh, that's so cool. And then when one of their fighters got shot down and it like rolled into the water, it was like, holy crap.
It was kind of cool, like as far as them like being able to like. Move through walls and shit like stop them material. It was kind of cool.
Yeah. All right.
Anyways,
what's the next one?
Azure says the old UK Top Gear is best Top Gear change.
The old UK Top Gear.
Back when the UK was a part of Europe.
Oh no! I've seen this and Hammond down.
Oh shit!
Way at the turn cross, not parallel.
Hammond down.
Do you have any Gorgonzola here? Gorgonzola? Gorgonzola. I'll go and check for you. Thanks.
That's a type of cheese.
That's a cheese.
Yeah!
And my ingenious snow measuring tactic didn't go brilliantly.
Give himself a concussion while he's at it.
You see, and so this is some rare type of tree. It has to be.
Oh yeah, they abandoned Richard at the top of a mountain and they had to go save him.
Try and run me down.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Ah!
In order to be even more thorough, I decided to test it on James's car. There we go, ready?
Ow!
It's easier sitting here. Yeah, it's easier, actually, because you're not being filmed. So you can have a joint. No, stop.
Yes! Oh, we all know May smokes.
Oh, the wheels coming off!
My wheels come off!
It's an empty airport.
I'm sorry, the gate's closed.
Well, could you just open it?
9.
Stop trying to dive, Clarkson. You'll only make yourself look more stupid.
Well, there's no point paying for daffodils. Just going to nick those from a roundabout.
I will say probably my favorite one of my favorite moments that they showed a bit of when they abandoned Hammond at the top of the mountain and May and Clarkson had different one had a Chevy Silverado like 4-wheel drive and the other one had a Ford Raptor and both of them had to reach the top of the mountain. Whoever reached the top first got had the right to pretty much look at Hammond, flip him the bird, and drive off. And then the other one had to drive back down with a very angry, very cold, and very vocal Richard Hammond. And Hammond, when he was stuck at the top, he was just like sitting there going crazy. He was just like, I'm going to kill them. I'm going to kill them when I see them. And he had like two wood stick figures that he had made. And he's like, hello. I'm Jeremy Clarkson. Oh, hello, Jeremy. I'm James May. Oh, James May, you're so cool. Oh, Clarkson, you're so cool. And he's like, I got something for you. And he throws a knife at them, and he knocks them over. And he hits one, and it hits the wood figure right in the cock. And he's like, yeah! Right in the cock! Yeah! It's like one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
They take the Jaguar and they drive it off a cliff.
Oh, that one? Yeah.
That shit was hilarious. When they take 3 old Jaguars, which are supposed to be like premier fucking extreme vehicles. No, they're like junky pieces of shit. And they take them to a demolition derby.
Yeah.
So they come drifting that shit in a dirt track and shit. Oh. So everybody else has got like modded cars and they're stuck with like 3 old fucking Jaguars.
Up to 9.
Oh shit. Yeah, let's speed run these fuckers.
Speed run. I have to run, take a break, blow this one, please.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, because you might attack me and turn this one off. This is from Past Nate. And it's $3. It says, oh boy, can't wait for more Happy Wheels.
Happy Wheels.
No. Yellow again, everybody.
No! This is
Give it.
Damn
it. Objection!
Nate said objection.
Like, what is going on?
Thank you, Nick.
Oh, nice.
I feel like you have some dark secrets in these videos. Are you sure they're on YouTube? Are they like some
I just remembered something. I did one of those videos with my nephew, and he's oh god. I got a video I probably delete.
This one's from,
Jesus.
Azure. And this is from his channel, apparently. It's a Fallout while he was playing it. He said it's kind of like Silent Hill, super creepy. So I had to add it in for him.
Fallout? I have a hard time believing anything from Fallout would ever be near as creepy as Silent Hill. But we'll see. I could be wrong.
Oh. That looks pretty cool, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it does feel very Silent Hill-esque.
Oh, damn.
With like the siren and everything.
Oh. Siren.
Is that real? Oh, it is.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, it's a siren head. Oh, hell no.
Oh, shit.
Run, dude,
Fuck
run.
that.
Chug-a-lug.
I'd kill it.
What the fuck is that?
Damn.
Don't let this terrifying situation stop me from looting this body.
Oh, it's getting dark.
Super dark.
At that point, I need a flashlight or something.
I'll be seeking shelter.
It's been so long since I played any of the Silent Hill games. That's a thing, right? Like that whole thing gets dark and everything. You have to get inside or something.
I'm privating every single one of my old videos now because I don't want anyone to see these anymore.
I got some pretty embarrassing old videos and stuff too. So.
No more.
Luckily, it was like,
no more.
Well, they're mostly school projects, which are kind of embarrassing sometimes because it's like
leave my embarrassing old ass streams up on my channel. I don't give a fuck.
I do.
People that see me in the comments section don't even realize it's me though. Anyway, so it's like they can literally click on my channel and be like, "Oh, that is the dude from the couch." Like,
the dude from the couch.
The dude from the couch.
Now, what you got next there, Nick?
that's how everybody refers to us. Oh, is it the one dude on that side of the couch?
That one dude from the side of the couch.
On to the next meme.
All right, this is also from Azure.
Here we go. Objection.
Maybe. We'll see.
Wait.
This poor Azure guy is like, he's donating money to you, and you won't let him have his fun.
Oh, he's having his fun.
That was
right.
somebody named Pass.
Seeing Nate get up and go, objection!
Yeah,
Run.
that's pretty fun.
Your flame is wasted.
I've seen that before. I'd seen that before a while back. That's pretty funny.
Alright, so this is from Not Sands. Remember how wild these people were when they saw this?
Ow, my neck. Oh yeah. I remember seeing some of the reaction videos of him being in. There's Tom. Yeah.
What?
What?
Maybe I'm missing something.
What?
Oh,
Sands and Smash Brothers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I get people are excited for the character. I just like,
He's a really popular character.
Gotcha.
It's just, he got put in Smash and when he got announced, everybody was like, no fucking way! Also, he's popular and kind of memey as well.
And Terry. Yep. Hey, that was Murder of Birds.
Fuck you, Sans! Fuck you. Megalovania! Fuck you. It was that me. Monster.
Sans as a meat fire.
It's now.
Losing that shit.
Oh, Luigi Kid.
People get real excited over this stuff.
Yeah, like, god
shit.
damn, dude.
Damn.
I don't even get that stoked over stuff I'm actually stoked about.
Yeah,
I know, like-
chill the fuck out.
Okay,
It's like the Elden Ring trailer.
Oh,
you know-
It's like, oh, look at the trailer. That's
you
what I'm excited
know,
for.
everybody out there. I know that I when I say this is going to make some people mad, but deep down, you know it's true. A lot of these channels out there, a lot of them, I'm not saying all of them, a lot of them, overreact for your attention.
Well, yeah,
and that's the thing. That's
a business model.
If we want to do that, like for instance, there's one video I saw. Me and Chad both watched it. It was this guy, a dude, who claims he's never heard of Black Sabbath before. 30-year-old man, never heard Black Sabbath before. He starts it up. It was War Pigs.
He must have been raised in the Amish country.
No. He was a black dude from Detroit, apparently. I don't know.
Really? And he ain't never heard of Sabbath?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, he's sitting there, and all of a sudden he starts listening. He's got his headphones on, and he's just like, listen. And the opening of War Pigs, I was like, bow. And he immediately like throws his headphones on. He's like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Oh, my God. No, you. Oh my God. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Oh, no. Starts flipping out, going all over his room and everything, and I'm like,
calm the fuck down. You played one note. Chill.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting here, and I'm just like, you're fake, sir. You are fake news.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, I mean, again, the market is so saturated. You have to be like, especially if you're starting out these days.
Well,
I mean,
you gotta do it that
super
bad,
animated.
Like, come on, man.
I'm not justifying.
I mean, we understand that. Like, you need to be an entertaining person to entertain your audience, for when it comes to stuff like that. But come on, man, like
but what you're saying there is
when you're
super
overreacting
excessive.
that much over, Black Sabbath, which is very simple.
There's people who got on me, said that I was overreacting during the not Final Fantasy, but the Fast and Furious 9 trailer.
That shit's funny.
Yeah. Tarzan of the jungle, swinging like by the friggin' bottom, front
awesome,
tire,
dude.
and then not only that, when Han came back, I'm just like, no.
Yeah, I was like,
no!
What? The first line.
Well, you have to understand, though, nobody on the original crew hates Jason Statham anymore, so they have to justify that. Like, he just, like, shows up to their family reunion or whatever, and like they're totally chill with him.
I used to live my life a quarter mile at a time.
Now I ride a wheelchair a quarter mile at a time.
We got one last ride in us, but
No,
I'm going
you
to
don't.
spend my day out here fixing a track.
When are they going to space?
7.
Do you think it'll be...
Fast
Fast
and Furious 7 is where they should have ended it. Do you know why? It ended on such a beautiful note. It was the last one that featured Paul Walker. It was a good film, had great action, got revenge for Han. Everything came together so perfectly in 7. You could not have ended that franchise in a better way.
But Nate,
there's more money.
yeah, Nate, money, Nate. And now we have
There's a
Hobbs and
time-
Shaw, so we have Hobbs and Shaw, so be fucking thankful.
You want to know who said no to money? And I'm thankful that he said no to it before the show went downhill. Seinfeld. Because the very moment they came to him and they said, we'll give you like $5 million an episode, he's like, I'm good.
$5 million an episode?
Yes.
Jesus.
He said no.
insane.
You want to know why? Because he already made $1 billion.
Yeah, well, if you already made $1 billion, I would too.
I guess,
But
yeah. Then
that's
at that
like,
point,
hey,
it's
I pay you not $5, not $50, but $500 an episode. They're like, oh man, you know what? That sounds really good. If I didn't already have,
yeah, at that point, I mean,
million,
like, it's more of a
$5 billion.
you want to do this rather than you want to make money. So.
Yeah.
Well, but you
at
see,
that point, I would say I wouldn't
Seinfeld
care.
and Larry David both said it. They wanted the show to end on a high note. They wanted it to end right. They did not want to keep it just strung along for the hell of it.
Well, it's how like a lot of the best shows go. They ended on the right note rather than
Well,
like
that's
dragging
like
it
Breaking
out.
Bad. Breaking Bad to me ended on the perfect note. It could not have ended any better. Same thing with Avatar. I'm not going to say it anymore because Nick has not seen it yet.
Ended flawlessly.
Yeah, you could not have found a better way to end that. And there's so many shows out there. I mean, to me, The Walking Dead peaked at like season 1 was like an awesome peak. 2 went down a little bit. 3 went back up. 4, 5, and I'm out. I'm not watching it.
Wait, I'm sorry. Which one was it?
We still have 6 memes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Sorry.
What show was that?
You're good.
Walking Dead.
Sorry, I gave up
You're good.
at season 5.
I did
Saying
too.
this as your
Okay.
probably gonna object it like.
Oh, if it's one of my old ones, good luck playing it because. Okay.
I've actually got this twice already.
This might be the red versus blue one.
Yeah. Well, I like Red vs. Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever wonder why we're here? It's one of life's great mysteries, isn't it?
Why are
I mean,
Are we the product of some cosmic coincidence, or is there really a God watching everything? You know, with a plan for us and stuff.
Isn't this like one of the first episodes?
This is the first episode.
The first episode. Okay.
It's like the first see.
What?
I'm trying to figure out how much money I got so I can get food.
Yeah.
$7. Okay, that's enough. So for me to get some. No.
Sure. Yeah. Seriously though, why are we out here? As far as I can tell, it's just a box canyon in the middle of nowhere. No way in or out.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason that we set up a red base here is because they have a blue base over there. And the only reason they have a blue base over there is because we have a red base here. Yeah, that's because we're fighting each other. No, but I mean, even if we were to pull out today and they were to come take our base, they would have two bases in the middle of a box canyon. What's up with that anyway? I mean, I started on to fight some aliens. Next thing I know, Master Chief blows up the whole Covenant Armada, and I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere, fighting a bunch of blue guys.
They left out the whippy fucking dude.
Like when they go through the portal and then it's like the what is it? River Creek. Or Beaver Creek.
Yeah.
And it's like the Colton Beaver Creek. Oh, they worship the flag.
My name is Michael J.
Entertain us
Caboose,
with their
and
shiny
I hate babies.
Probably one of my favorite ones was when I heard Sarge say the F-bomb for the first time. It's like, Griff finally did something? Stop the fucking presses.
Nah, what'd you get next?
From Humongous. Humongous what? Humongous what?
Shut up, bitch!
After seeing what Star Wars done to finish off the Skywalker trilogy.
I have a humongous.
Zarna Joshi can go jump off a cliff.
Brain, you know.
I am not the creator of our game, and I want you to get out of this office right now. I'm sorry, no way. No way. You're going on yourself. I don't want you here. Out. Sorry, George, I didn't think it would go like this. Out.
What is this?
This looks like a reality filmed setup.
That's a setup.
Yeah,
that's a joke. Look at him smiling. He's smiling because he's just like not. He's.
I don't even know who that guy is.
About to say, yeah, I don't think he's actually gonna physically assault somebody.
No.
Also, somebody's
not
clearly
with a big ass fucking Sony FS7 right
somebody's
there.
obviously filming
it.
it.
Yeah,
No.
it's like,
Which is why I know it's fake.
yeah, it's like
you know it has to be
anytime
fake.
Like you see shit on reality.
No,
all the
it is
time,
funny.
Yeah,
It's
if
funny
it
as
was
hell
like
seeing
some
George Lucas
shitty
slap
cell
the shit
phone
out of
video,
somebody.
like over the table or something, maybe. But
Yeah.
If it was like a hidden camera, I might believe it.
Like, all of a sudden it was like.
Like when the audio is perfect and and you can see like the camera is already where the snake's at before he reaches out. Hey, I think there's a snake in here. You know, like reality TV is some of I filmed a lot of reality TV and I can't stand it. I fucking can't stand it. It's the most boring, atrocious shit. You are just taking different camera angles and creating a story that sounds more interesting than what is actually going on.
Well, it's because it's made. It's dumb shit made for even dumber people.
There's gonna be a lot of shows out there that people enjoy, and I understand why a general audience can enjoy some shit, but it's like the way it's filmed, it's like this is fake as fuck. Who's that fucker that does the yee and catches the animals with his bare hand and shit? But yet it's so funny. Like he gets called a phone call. Hey, there's a snake in my house. I can't find him. You know, goes and find this fucking big ass snake and it's underneath the couch, but yet somehow the camera is underneath the couch too.
Ooh.
With the snake. And it's damn, how did they know that snake
what
was
a
in there?
coinkydink.
Now I can understand like saying it's under the couch. Hey, you got the GoPro? All right, yeah, put it. Okay, direct it. No, and put it back that way. No, I can understand like if that happens on camera.
It's a pet snake. They can put it anywhere they want. You know, it's like it's not gonna bite the shit out of you. If it does, it's a pet snake. It's not gonna be hard enough to really harm you.
What you got next, sir? Nick.
Sorry. I will. Gaming Warthog.
Mr. Osborn. It's gonna be Ozzy.
Oh, really?
I knew it. Mr. Osborn. I will say this much. The end
you
of
don't
that,
want to have a fucking crazy day.
the fight scene at the end of the first Spider-Man movie is damn good. I don't care what anyone
I
says.
love the first Spider-Man movie, dude. That was an awesome
The
movie.
only thing I don't like about it is the dialogue. The dialogue is so fucking cheesy and campy.
Well,
it's because David Koepp wrote it.
At
and
the
Koepp's
time,
known
it
for
didn't
that.
really feel
To be
that
fair, it was a
way.
comic book movie before like Marvel was.
No, I know,
kicking
I know,
ass. So,
I know.
I mean,
It's- I can't fault it as much for that. It's just me going back and hearing. It's like, it's you who's out, Gobby, out of your mind. I'm like, they wouldn't even put that.
Yeah,
in
it
comics.
was kind of silly, but I mean,
Yeah.
the first two were
Even
I
the
could work
actor
with.
might be
I
good.
remember the third one kind of sucked.
The third one had such great potential. It's just the studio had to interfere and fuck it up, just like they always do.
And it got
it's
weird.
Sony.
It got weird with
Well,
Tobey Maguire there.
No.
Emo,
Yeah.
No, here's the thing. They didn't want to do it. And the only reason that scene is in the movie is because it's at that point Sam Raimi gave up on production. Literally. He said it himself. He said the only reason that Venom is in the movie is because the studio wanted it. I wanted to wait and do it in the next one. But the studio was adamant. They wanted Venom in the third one. He wanted to just do Sandman. And honestly, the stuff that they filmed with Sandman was awesome. I mean, him realizing that he was now made of sand and like the realization and everything. It was beautiful stuff. So good. But Sony, once again, showing how much they know about how to mess up movie franchises. Go figure. Sorry, next meme.
Parker, I need more photos of Spider-Man.
Get me more pictures of Spider-Man. Oh yeah, I've seen this. This is an edit. They were nowhere near this mean to him, but who the fuck are you?
Hi, Sharks. My name is Jack Minot. I'm the founder and CEO of Jack's Stands and Marketplaces, and I'm from Denver, Colorado. Sharks, I'm seeking $50,000 in exchange for 10% of my company. I'm 10 years old, but when I was
$50,000 is not a small amount of money. I'm here to make money. Let her finish, Jeff.
So my
That was an editing.
parents
Yeah.
loaned me $1,000.
Are you serious? Are you serious? He's an idiot. He's a con artist.
Yeah, no, that's true.
It's an edit.
Get the out of here.
It would be pretty funny if the kid just like he becomes cold, silent, and you just see his head turn like 360 degrees, like Exorcist, and
I'm telling you, whether it was you or me or Robert or one of us, he was going to do that to somebody. It just happened to be you or the last guy. I realize he's a gold digger. He's an idiot. He's a con artist.
Gold
They just reused the clip right there, the con artist clip. You see, no,
I can't really say, but you know, I've actually met some of the people
Some of the sharks?
on that. Yeah, some of the sharks. Yeah, and I've actually filmed some of them.
I'd like to
and,
meet Mark Cuban. I mean, he seems cool.
Yeah, it's like I know how that show's set up too, though. I mean, it's actually really cool. But the show itself is just a backdrop for real stories that never took off as good as they could.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, hey,
Well, the one that they
people
messed
like
up
this
on-
entrepreneurialism stuff that they think that they got a good business idea and they want to see cool people come up
Oh
with
my
it and the
gosh.
backstories or origins of companies.
yeah.
But it all comes down to money.
It does.
Big
no, it does.
backdrop shit.
Well,
It's like,
and here's the thing.
they're making money
there's-
off of just what really happens.
Well,
You know?
there's two that they really messed up on. The Sharks didn't take any piece of the pies. Number one was Ring. You know, the doorbell thing that you ring and it shows like a pic
Yeah,
of
the
a video of the person who's outside your door,
Yeah.
and it goes straight to your phone. Yeah, they had that ready, the prototype ready, and the Sharks made him an offer, and he was just like, I can't sell it for that low. And he came on there twice, and they did not, and you know they walked away with nothing. And now Ring is like one of the biggest companies that was ever on there, and it never got any money from the Sharks. And the other one they messed up on was DDP Yoga, because honestly, Diamond Dallas Page has spent the last 5 years of his life. Last 10
the
years of
really
his
sad
life.
truth
Just-
about it is the Sharks wouldn't offer near as much as real investors would.
No.
So this is a good show for a way for them to reach out to actual real investors that will pay them real money and not make them some kind of gimmick on a TV show.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a lot of these ideas that they have are really good ideas
Yeah.
that, you know.
All right, what's the next meme there, Nick?
More of him in anger.
There it is!
Hello, I'm James. Oh, I'm Jeremy. Should we be friends, James? Yes, let's be best friends forever and ever. Right, James, I must tell you all about myself. Actually, that's my favourite hobby, telling people how wonderful I am. Oh, is it really, Jeremy? That's funny because I actually am brilliant at it. Oh, yes, I am, but I'm very modest. Oh, yes, that's why I drive.
He is so angry.
I drive everything better than everybody else. Let's have another friend. Let's leave him to die on a mountain top. Oh, that'd be funny, wouldn't it? Oh, my head's come off. Has it? Well, a man threw a knife at me, but I caught it in my teeth. Literally, my head came off. Oh, well, I'm okay. In the cock!
That's a K-bar.
Yep, an old one. Old style one. I did watch the shit out of this fucking show.
Where are you pair of middle-aged
Hey, bad news. You're gonna have to take Hammond back to Vancouver.
That's a powerful vehicle. That is a go-anywhere car. So where
I would have jumped in the fucking back.
I would have too. I would have too. I'd just been like, I'd have just been like, you want to take me back, or I'm throwing away your spare tire.
I would have jumped in the back of that.
And the thing is, Clarkson, Jeremy actually had a flat tire. Like his front passenger side tire was blown out, and he still got there before May did. All right, next meme.
It'd be fun to go down a snowy mountain on a big ass
Yeah.
wheel drive truck.
Oh, with chains on your tires,
with
dude,
a roll
you'd be
cage and
unstoppable.
chains.
Last
Yeah,
one.
if had a roll cage.
Oh,
it'd be
last
fine.
one.
Yeah, this is from Azure again. It says, if only we could do that to people we like. The events of the video will help make sense of what I said.
Okay.
$5 from Sam Fennell. Al, how does it feel to be on a stream with these goofballs?
Well, as you can see, I very much love these goofballs because they're my goofballs.
Aw, that's very sweet. I'm glad.
No, not you. I was talking about Ashley. Please go away.
Aw, thank you, Alistair.
It's gonna take a lot more than that to get rid of me, sucker.
You're right. Perhaps I can open an interdimensional rift and cast you into it.
That might be kind of cool.
Don't send him to my dimension.
Oh,
Oh,
please,
dear
let me
heavens,
go
no.
over there. I'll just harass her in person. Yeah.
Oh, I just realized I know what his one weakness is. An eraser.
Just erase his mouth. He can't even do it. He's like,
It works better than the muzzle.
it does.
I want more Has-Been Hotel, damn it. I want more Has-Been Hotel.
Dr. Dell said it wouldn't be the first dark hole Angel's been inside.
Ooh. Oh, Angel Dust, the proverbial cockboy of the entire underworld.
What? What?
Oh, yes. Oh, that was good. That was good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was some good memeing. And it is about that time for us to bring it to a close here on Renegades Ramble.
You know,
So, what's up?
some of my favorite memes have yet to exist. I want somebody to send me something that's just gonna have me dying. And you know what that might be? Animals attacking children. That's my favorite thing to see.
Actually, I got one for you,
We're allowed to
Jake.
do that. We'll get freaking.
No, hey,
yeah,
Nick,
that's
hey,
great.
Nick, hey, Nick. Dog in the Swamp.
Oh, no, that again?
You know why? Because Roan hasn't seen it.
What the fuck?
God. He doesn't have to see. He just can't hear it.
No. Seeing it and hearing it are like hearing it's awesome. Seeing it and hearing it, that's a treasure right there. And let the internet see it too, because this is honestly one of my favorite videos ever right now.
$5 from Sam Fennell. Al, how does it feel to be on a stream with these
Fuck is happening?
goofballs?
Oh, you played it again, probably.
What?
Roll.
There it is. It's okay. It's okay. It happens.
Last Mimi, and this is a select from Nathan. He has laughed at this about 2,500 times.
No. Do it again. Do it again.
You know, Halo
again.
Halo makes those kind of weird like noises. It's
the dog tries to bark, but he's like coming out of the water.
He's full of water.
And he accidentally swallows most of that swamp water, and he's like,
"Yep."
Every time.
First time I saw that, I was in the floor. I was blacking out.
He showed me that shit. Damn.
It's so funny. I can't help myself. Okay.
I love Willis animals make crazy noises.
Woo! Okay, I got the vapors. Lord have mercy. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in. This was Renegades Ramble, and we hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that we will see you all on the next one. So until then, I'm Nate.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Roan.
I'm Nick.
And we will see you all on the next one, everybody. Peace out.